Hello people, so once again, this is a manga chapter review of Chrono Crusade Chapter. Obviously I've gone through the anime, so this is my first time going for the manga, and Chapter 2, and it marks one of my favourite moments in the series, at least when it comes to the anime. So the epicness of Chrono snapping happens in this chapter. However, there are some changes in this chapter, like the previous one, so it's completely different on that perspective. Everything from the interactions from Sister Kate and Rosette is pretty much identical, going over the incidences of like screwing up with the missions. In fact, you actually get photos of like Rosette screwing up, so that's kind of, we got enough accidents to like publish the book, and you got Rosette saying maybe we need to pay tax. It's like we screwed up our previous car, so maybe we should get a new one. Like they got money to spend and getting a new car, so that was kind of funny. That was not in the anime. But obviously, it's similar, given the fact that Rosette is like apologizes for a screw ups. But here we see actually, here you see Father Minister Remington, or Father Remington, right, working with Chrono. That did not happen in the anime. In fact, there was a statement made. This is the first time a demon's ever come in this hall. Like that happened in the anime. That did not happen, or was not stated in this chapter. Dialogue here. So here you got Chrono carrying the luggage, and there's a funny panel of like Rosette being strangled or being Sister Kate with a submission hold in Rosette, so that was kind of funny. That didn't happen in the anime for sure. A brief dialogue of Remington. It's like he's just finished his job from Mexico, obviously being a little bit more sympathetic to Rosette's situation than obviously Sister Kate is, and even got Sister Kate like, stop treating her so sweetly, some slack, and without actually saying anything, she glares at Chrono, like, yeah, that's not all I'm concerned about. So that's all was mentioned about Chrono. And then they go looking for the Elder, right? So in the construction lab. So he's not in. And here you have, this is hilarious. Like, the facial expressions of Rosette in this chapter were funny as hell. She's like loading up a gun, trying to find out the Elder. And wouldn't you know, the Elder is just as much as a perv in the manga as he is in the anime. He's sneaking up underneath Rosette's skirt. It's like, yeah, I got the money, so yeah, that much hasn't changed. Although they go over the bullet that has the devil inside it, and then they come up because the bullet that has the demon inside it that hasn't been completed yet. So let me just read you this. So I thought about making something more powerful than the gospel, though it isn't stable enough to be used yet. Just like Sacred, I just replaced with some explosive with something else. So what's in it? Obviously a demon that's inside it, and obviously Chrono's like, he doesn't say we shouldn't use that. You just got the expression like maybe we shouldn't fuck with this. But in the anime, it says we shouldn't be using that because it has a demon inside. So that was an interesting change as well. Minor changes, yes, but there still are changes from the manga and the anime. Once this hits, the object will unleash the demon, which brings an enormous amount of magic. But then once you know it, in order to test it, she swipes the bullet. And obviously, the Elder realizes maybe that there's no reason to test it. And Chrono's like, yeah, we shouldn't do this. So she's trying to test one with the gun, with the bullet, to make sure she can use it right. But once you know, she screws up, and unlike in the anime where we see the demon that wipes the gun after Rosette tries to fire but doesn't, that doesn't happen in the manga. In fact, she unleashes the bullet, and there's a bunch of demons coming out of it. That's what attacks Rosette in this chapter, and that's what's causing all the chaos. And yeah, the interactions, the facial expressions in the chapter were hilarious and badass at the same time. In this chapter, but you got Sister Kate screwing her, like, okay, she's screwing up big time here. Meanwhile, you got Rosette and Chrono like trying to run away from this thing. And Chrono's like, yo, that's the demon that's inside that thing, and you see multiple faces. So again, completely different demon that was in the anime. So again, another change there. So Chrono mentioning we got to have 7 bullets of the sacred and your gun, but it should be enough to beat that thing. She doesn't even fire because, like in the anime, the demon attacks. She unleashes a shot, but it's like jam because I guess she can't control it right. But then that's where the demon like just brushes Rosette aside. Chrono freaking out because obviously Rosette's pretty much at near death, and she just mentioned something in the manga which I thought was kind of interesting, which I'll go over shortly. But here you got the other exorcist like trying to gather, seeing what the hell's gone down. Chrono and Rosette are close to the demon that's attacking. Here you see Chrono getting ticked off, snapping like. However, I won't say it's as good as in the anime. However, the facial expressions are just as good, if not better. So I will say that much. But it does come something. It mentions something similar when he's snapping. It's like, yo, you pathetic low scum that doesn't even have a name. How dare you touch my important contract? He said, hello, but he still gets pissed. Now she isn't able to move. And you got some dialogue here which makes sense. It's like he's sucking everything around him, like the atmosphere, the air, I guess. Like his power's like drawing everything around him. He's going nuts. He's trying to unseal the pocket watch forcefully. So he's like, we need to use the gospel on this guy, on Chrono to like put him out of commission. And then you got Father Remington, like in the anime, it's like, yo, let's see how things play itself out. If he loses consciousness, we'll stop him. You see the demon in the background, but then you see this is like badass. You got Chrono with the wings. I wish that happened in the anime because that would have been even more epic. But let me know what you guys think down below. I'll leave that moment in the link in the description box below. It's on YouTube. It's viral pretty much. So to any fans of Chrono Crusade, this was an epic moment. So he's still a dangerous demon. Like I would have loved. I guess you can say you got his true self, his true form in the background with his hand surrounded. The demon hand surrounding Chrono, so that was just a great visual in all this. But just like the anime, Rosette comes in to stop Chrono before he snaps and completely unleashes his full power. If they can't even pass that, it means they're not only capable of that much. Here you got Rosette bleeding from the mouth. That didn't happen in the anime at all. She was down and she was battered, but she wasn't bleeding by any stretch of the imagination. There's blood in the anime, but not in this scene. So that was a difference, a slight difference. And then this is the thing that, okay, I was kind of hoping maybe we could see more of this power from Chrono. He just smiled like, yeah, I'm going to fuck shit up. Like, that is like a serious quote unquote rape phase by Chrono. Like, you fucked up. So, but before that, like in the anime, Rosette stops it. She grabs a hold of Chrono and says, yo, I'm alright, stop. Doesn't need to go any further. And she actually tears up, which did not happen in the anime, by the way. A small detail, but it's a big change. With both Chrono and Rosette crying, so that didn't happen in the anime for sure. So we get to see the bond between the devil and the human, of course. Obviously, that's the friendship is much more they can imagine. So obviously, just like in the anime, but I like how this chapter ends. Like both of them okay, but then they actually they're doing chores. It's like because they screwed up so much. So that was kind of different from what we saw in the anime. Epic is an anime in my opinion, but there were some changes that kind of made me think a little bit. What would have happened if the anime properly adapted this chapter? And the fact that Iron wasn't mentioned at all is interesting to me. But like I said, with changes comes in the manga that we get in the anime. I'm going to cover more changes in the manga that we got in the anime, which is maybe a good thing or a bad thing depending on your perspective. But it was still a cool, epic moment, all in all. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you prefer the anime when Chrono snapped, or now do you prefer the manga? That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more Chrono Crusade. Catch you guys later. Bye.